his right mind whenever he killed the victim. Go ahead and circle that. If you are a defense team, you think that the narrator was not in his right mind whenever he killed the victim. Go ahead and circle was not. Okay. So now that we already have our claim, that was easy, we need evidence. Evidence to support our claim. Evidence comes from specific quotations. I want you to have at least 2 from the story or the confession to support your claim. This is not the section where I want to know what you think. I don't want to know your opinion or your assumption. I just want you to tell me the quotations that support your claim. And what do we do with quotations in this class that we've already done in 3 skeleton key? We cite them. Good. So citing them means quotation marks. I need parentheses with a page number. And where does punctuation go? After the parentheses. Good. So that is what those quotations need to be cited. And there is page numbers on the confession. I think it's like page 92 through 96, I'm pretty sure. So make sure you look at the bottom of the page. The last thing I'm going to have you guys do is an interpretation. So the interpretation is drawing conclusions from your claims and your evidence. Why does this evidence prove the claim of whether the narrator was in his right mind or insane? Make sure you incorporate your quotes from the evidence section into your answer. Remember, we must lead into quotes, we must cite them, we must explain how each quote supports your claim. So what are some of those transition words we were talking about? Like therefore, first, secondly, in conclusion. Those type of words need to be in here. Also, by leading into your quotes, I mean saying who said them. The narrator said. The old man exclaimed. Those kind of things. Also, I do not just want to quote in the middle of your interpretation. Just like in your 3 skeleton key assessment, I want you to explain to me why you are using that quote. Okay? There should not be a quote in here without some sort of explanation. Good. So at the very bottom of that page, you can see my rubric that I have for you guys. I'm grading on ideas and content. Correctly answer every part of the question. We can do that. Support with quality details, examples, or evidence. We just did that with the 3 skeleton key assessment. You have to have examples to support what you are claiming. Organization. I'm grading on that as well. Clearly and effectively restate the prompt using words from the question. What does that sound like, restating the prompt? A topic sentence, maybe? So a good way to start this, a good way for your topic sentence, is to restate the prompt, okay? Just like we did in the last essay. No unclear pronouns. What do I mean by that? What do I mean by no unclear pronouns? Yes, Donald?
Like maybe if you don't say who the person is first and then saying like he said this.
Exactly. So there are 2 he's in this story. The old man and the narrator, okay? If you just say he was in the chamber, I'm who was in the chamber. Make sure you are stating who is where or who did what and not just using he all over and over again, okay? The last thing I'm grading for is voice. Clearly and effectively express thoughts and point of view. Writer has added a unique personal touch, and writing is always appropriate to the audience. If you guys are lawyers, who is your audience? A judge or a jury. So, this needs to be formal writing. It needs to be convincing writing. You are trying to prove that your claim is right in a court of law. You do not want this man to go to jail, or you really want him to go to jail. Okay? So you need to make sure you are writing for your audience. If you turn over on the back of the worksheet, there's a blank where it says claim. We have conveniently already have the claim on the front of the paper. Write it down on the back, which yours is. The narrator was or was not in his right mind whenever he killed the victim. You put what yours is. I have 2 spots for 2 quotes. You are more than welcome to put more than 1 quote. Just make sure you explain them. Interpretation. This is going to look a lot like your 3 skeleton key assessment paragraph. You need a topic sentence. You need to use your examples and support them and tell me why your evidence is supporting your claim in the interpretation. Okay. You guys have the rest of the class period to work on this. As of right now, it is not homework. And I have not had to make it homework for any class. Everybody has worked very well on this. So if you can work well until the end of the class period, we have plenty of time to do it tomorrow and go over it and make sure we turn in the best possible. We are doing this in groups, but that does not mean you only turn in one paper. You each are turning in your own individual paper. I know they're going to sound similar. That's okay, because I'm allowing you to talk about it with your partners. If you and your partner both agree on the claim, which you should because I assigned it to you, but you have different quotations that prove that claim, that's okay too. Your partners are there to help you and to be somebody to bounce ideas off of, okay? So take the rest of the class period. I'll be walking around. Raise your hand if you need me. And get to work on this and work hard up until the bell rings. All right? All right. Thanks, guys. Go ahead. Oh, it's not in your literature book. You have to leave the confession open on the screen. It's not in your literature book. Okay? That's why we're doing it in class. So yeah, you guys are prosecution. So as prosecution, you are saying he is guilty, but you do not want people to think he is crazy. You want people to think that he is sane, he knows exactly what he was meant to do. Okay? So find evidence within the story or quotes. Of course you can. Yeah, I would definitely use that as something. Yeah.
You can use that. I want to do this, but I don't want to go to
So you guys are defense? Prosecution. Okay. So you're
Want me to get you on video?
And he is completely in his right mind, that he knows what he is doing. So be looking for evidence of that. You guys are defense? Okay. So, a little harder because in prosecution, he actually says that he's not insane. But you guys have to pick out details that say that he is not in his right mind. So, would a sane person think that an eye is out to get them? No, probably not. So I'd look for a quote along with that. Are you guys prosecution? Good. Okay. So we're trying to prove this guy is not insane. That he knew exactly what he was doing. First paragraph. Exactly. It was deliberate. Guys, Rudy pointed out a really, really good fact, and I honestly don't know whether this helps prosecution or helps the defense, but I think it's important to talk about it. Did this man just have a spur of the moment, I'm going to kill this guy feeling? No, what did he do? He planned it. He was there for 7 days, 7 nights before he actually committed the crime. He knew this was going to happen. We even heard it in the very first part of the story. It was something he had planned for as long as he could remember. So don't use in your thing that this was just an act of random insanity, because it wasn't. He had a plan and he went through with it. I don't know how you can use that or spin it for your case, but I think it's important to know. You guys are defense, right? So the guy's crazy. That's what you're trying to say.